kids.
Interesting.
So we can see everyone in the chat.
Yes.
But
I also don't have this on the right thing. Now we should sound much better. Some of you have noticed we're playing around with the multiple versions that StreamYard now creates, where it's a portrait and landscape version of the show, which is interesting.
But yeah, so Brett has the little phone next to his name. Tommy had a phone next to his name, so they're online.
Okay.
But Brett and Tommy can't see the chat that's in the YouTube version on desktop, and it goes both ways. So like I logged in on my like regular YouTube app, and I couldn't see anyone who logged in on the mobile. Interesting, yeah. I don't know how that works in the end, but
yeah, we'll see if we wind up continuing to do this
curious,
or say fuck it and it was a nice experiment.
Everyone was questioning why there were 2 links, and so I was trying to explain it in some way, but even I was like, I don't know.
I find it funny that our audience is like, tell us the details, and this morning I did it for FYC and nobody said a thing.
Like, no one blinked.
No one said a thing. What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. Today we will be talking The Running Man, Keeper, non-spoilers, and then at the very end we'll do Running Man spoilers. Do we also want to do Keeper spoilers, or should we wait on that one?
Amelia hasn't seen Keeper.
Yeah, so we'll
Keeper spoilers will be next time.
You didn't see Playdate, Perri?
No, but I got this from Keeper.
Fucking so weird.
It's heavy. Which
in itself is I'm not gonna say
Look
it.
At that. It says, tangled mane and wounded flesh, choked in filth, drowned in mire, now enshrined in nectar, beautiful and vile, our gift to you, your keeper. Thank you, Neon.
I want to know what's in there.
I don't, honestly,
it's solid. Like it's a liquid.
It's
You're right.
Honey.
Yeah.
Nectar.
I don't know if it's actual, but yes.
Look when you do it this way.
Never open that.
I'm never opening this. No, it would gross me out too much.
Wait, it's on the bottom. It says, do not consume.
In case I was thinking about
not actual honey. Do not consume.
Look at it now that I've made the honey go away. It's creepy. It's creepy. The things we get in the mail in this line of work.
Yeah, I know.
Something else. We have a super chat from Billy. Can't make it tonight. Wanted to say hi. Saw Running Man today, and many parts they got right. The movie was rolling along at a good pace, and while I had some problems, I enjoyed it.
No, it's good.
Hope to chat with y'all soon.
Correct.
Plus super chat, Billy.
It's good. Good wordplay. Good everything. We like that.
Rolling
we appreciate
along. I'm just gonna start saying that.
Rolling along.
Oh no, Mirror Domain says just saw Keeper and was kind of disappointed.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we will. You're
not alone.
Were there any other random topics you wanted to touch on?
Yeah, I had to fucking watch Playdate. I did not.
I thought you were being sarcastic, like nobody saw it.
No, I had to watch Playdate, and that's also out this week. That fucking
who's in that?
Kevin James and Alan Richardson. It is embarrassingly bad. It's actually like. It's like unfinished bad. It's like the editing was unfinished. There's an ADR. So like there's terrible ADR through the whole movie. But there's one point where they actually have the camera on Alan's face, and like his character wants to like repeat a line of dialogue that is an insult. And I guess they changed what his line was in post, but he wasn't there. So you're watching this movie and it's the worst AI fucking overlay fake mouth tries to like it's embarrassingly bad. Like literally like this is a movie made by people who don't respect their audience, and I have never been. It's one of my favorite.
Brutal.
It's one of my favorite reviews I've written for the AP Club.
What did you give it?
I tried to give it an F, but they only reserved the F for certain films. So it is the AV Club terminology, the gentleman's D-.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely savage. It's one of the biggest skates I've wrote this entire year.
Trying to think of what I watched this week. Other than the new releases we're talking about, I rewatched White Lotus on the way to New York. Still great. That show is so good. It's so rewatchable.
I haven't seen a single episode.
I finally watched. Really? Like of any season?
No.
Huh. It's very good. I highly recommend. I finally got around to watching because like now I'm steeped in Oscar stuff.
Yeah.
I watched Sentimental Value twice.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that. Yes,
it's really good. It's really, really good.
We were last night we were at the Mighty Nine party, and we were talking to somebody, and somebody said like Sentimental's hands down their favorite movie of the year. Just like absolutely,
it's pretty fantastic.
So good.
For anybody who's like me in terms of really liking movies about making movies, and it's not that in the same way, but I feel like that pool of people are being really well fed by Sentimental Value and also Nouvelle Vague, which might wind up being one of my favorites of the year too. Love both of those. I watched Hamnet again.
I will be watching this. There's so much.
Hamnet's very, very good.
I'm excited.
I'm a little far removed from my last screening of it, so I was excited to rewatch it. And it was one of those rewatches where it's like everything gets more powerful the second time around.
Hell yeah.
You know what else I finally got around to watching that everyone else had seen forever ago? I finally watched House of Dynamite. And I haven't seen it yet. It was really good.
That is also again on the list. I'm going to be in binge mode hard the next few weeks.
Why were people so hard on it?
I have not read the reviews yet to know that because I want to see it first. But
I thought it was really well done.
I am excited to watch it. It's a Catherine Bigelow movie, so like, why would I not be excited? Like,
I don't know, but like it, feels like that one came out and then completely fell off the award season radar.
Oh yeah, no, it got everything I heard about it. Like, I didn't read any reviews, but everything I heard was just meh.
I quite liked it. Caleb's here. You're
gonna beat me this week, Perri?
No, I'm not. I don't think so. I think I would have needed. I would have needed to have done better last night.
I'm playing Perri
Diggs
again
did too well, and
Diggs
May didn't do well enough.
So I played Perri last week in fantasy football in our Critics League, and now this week I'm playing Perri,
and I lost by less than a point.
Yeah, less than a point there.
Caleb had a really good week last week, and I just did not.
Listen, I've been struggling too.
The Garrett Wilson situation last week really hurt me.
Sam Laporte just went down for me in like 3 leagues.
Oh. Wait, what does this mean? Off roster? Did something happen? What does that even mean?
Look it up. I don't know. Off roster is exactly what you think it means. I don't know why it's saying that for Justin Fields. I do not think the Jets. Does anyone know if the Jets released Justin Fields randomly? No, that's strange. I think that might be a glitch in Sleeper.
That's a mean glitch. Oh wait, look, here's another one actually. There's
definitely a glitch. I was gonna say
Sleeper.
Justin Fields is still there.
It's like, what the fuck? Not that I'm thinking about playing him anytime soon. What? What are you doing?
Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry, I'm just playing with our live stream.
Did you see something?
I did. I tried to heart us. No, I didn't see it up there though. I can do a heart, but it's not actually...
maybe if I look in YouTube. Wait. Everyone's just watching us experiment.
Don't do that.
Well, I want to see what happens. I want to learn about these new features.
I love how we're just playing with.
Oh, now you're hearing me curse. Wait, do it again now.
Yeah, what? Oh, it does go there. There's a little heart in the chat. Okay.
All right.
Well, after you heart us, we know
stuff.
that shows up in the chat. Interesting.
Cute stuff. Congrats, Caleb. Congrats. I need a serious comeback streak. I'm in big trouble in fantasy, and it doesn't look good for me this week.
I beat Christy.
That's a big win.
Oh, and Christy still put up like 165. I just
does not surprise me one bit. Love Badlands. Frankenstein. Ooh, fave of the year. 5 out of 5. Have you? You still haven't watched it? Okay. I still have to rewatch it. I kept saying I was going to rewatch it after TIFF.
Badlands good. We did that already.
Yeah.
So Badlands correct. Badlands fun.
Go on Netflix and watch Frankenstein and watch Train Dreams.
Yes, both of those legitimately.
I loved Train Dreams.
We just keep Rental Family just hit the.
I saw that.
Yeah, so like there's just everything that I have.
There's so much there now.
Yeah, it's like in a good way. Like I'm just gonna sit there and watch movies.
It's in a good way. I'm a little overwhelmed, but soon I'll be happy to have been catching up.
I finally finished all of my like end of year horror stuff too. Like literally all my
Oh,
like every site that wanted
jeez.
like an end of year list like wanted it by this week.
Mm.
So I wrapped up all my end of year coverage so I can literally just like focus on awards movies.
I got shit to do,
And
man.
just devour them.
I can't believe it's already time to start thinking about starting to work on my year-end montage. Like I should start downloading
It's November
files.
14th.
Fucking
Yeah,
insane.
you should.
Insane.
So you're not doing it the one the one weekend that like I don't know. It's
Wait,
like
what?
no, so it's not like one weekend you have to do everything. Like,
Oh my god, no. That's my worst nightmare,
Yeah.
actually. I have to spread it out. In particular, the process of downloading all the trailers, because that's like the part
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't like. I like having them and then being able to play with them. I don't like the homework of downloading all of them.
yeah.
All right. What do you want to talk about first? We'll pick
Jump
keeper,
in with
keeper
like,
or running
well,
man.
I was gonna say
Running man's the title
Running
topic.
Man's the title topic.
Okay. All right.
So we should do
In that case,
no spoiler.
yes. Wait.
No spoiler Running Man, no spoiler Keeper, spoiler Running Man.
Yeah. Okay. So
And take other things in between.
yes, the Running Man non-spoiler review.
So the people know. See? We told you where to go.
You can scrub.
You can
scrub
scrub
to
and
it.
find it.
All right. So I actually posted a Running Man reaction on this channel, so I will give you the honors. Do you want to share some non-spoiler thoughts first?
Yeah. Underwhelming, not good. Really took issue with the third act, particularly. I think it falls the fuck apart. It feels like a third act that betrays the storytelling beforehand and is an absolute speed run of storytelling in the back half. They introduce characters that they do not fulfill arcs for. They betray the message that they are trying to get across, and then they just hit the eject button and leave. I think the action is fun at times. I also think it does not feel like an Edgar Wright movie in any of the ways I want it to. He really struggles with the comedy here. It isn't even at all, in my opinion, with the tone. And none of that is the performance's fault, too. I don't want to put this on Glen Powell or anything like that, because I do think Glen Powell is having fun in the role. I think he looks the part of an action hero, and he does everything that the film asks him to. I just really think this is a jankily made movie. I just don't. The more I sat with it and the farther I got from it, the more I really took issue with a lot of the things that, again, unfortunately happened in the last third, especially. So I can't really get into it just yet. But yeah, no, I was absolutely underwhelmed. I did not like The Running Man.
Oh, I did. I liked it quite a bit, actually. Yeah. Admittedly, though, the only thing that I had walked away wondering about after my first viewing, because so it's always important to point out when I'm familiar with the source material. I've read that book a whole bunch of times. Obviously, I'm very familiar with the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I always think that's an important thing to emphasize, because one of the things that I really did need to sit with was the ending, because of how it was changed, and I wasn't quite sure how it was going to hit me. Upon watching it again, I do quite like the ending. I've been trying to think about why the movie is hitting me differently than maybe others. And I don't want to say this in a way where it's like, well, if you didn't like it, you should have read the book. Because like, no, I very much believe that is not the case. I think any adaptation and any sequel for that matter should be for everybody. The only way that franchises can grow is if, even with a second film in a series, is if you're doing things to broaden the audience and invite new people in. So I just want to preface that I do not think that's the case with a book adaptation, but I do think maybe I was a little more prepared for the structure of the story. Like, I didn't really expect some of the characters towards the end to have full arcs. That didn't bother me. It's like I knew what, without mentioning names right now for the sake of spoiling anything, like I knew what character XYZ's involvement was. I knew that the story has like a little bit of a frenetic pace and is a bit all over the place. And that to me is what makes the book and also this movie work, that you're getting a whole bunch of different perspectives. Yes, it jumps around, but ultimately it builds to earn what Ben Richards is fighting for in the end. But the other part of it is that I think a little more so in the book than in the movie, like in addition to all these people contributing to Ben Richards' endgame, in the book in particular, but a little bit here, he's also learning what he's fighting for and how to fight every single step of the way.
That comes across. I think that comes across actually pretty well. His journey through that, and him like being the spark, like that being the recurring thing of like, listen, you're the spark here. You have to accept that. I don't mind that part of it.
The other thing that I think might be giving me a different opinion, again, maybe as a book reader, is when it was first announced that Edgar Wright was going to direct this movie. Like, I just remember sitting there and thinking, like, oh, I love Edgar Wright movies. Like, what is he going to bring to a Running Man movie? Like, why is his sensibilities as an artist a good pairing for that? And then when I saw the movie, I don't think it's necessarily a 1-for-1 with any of his past films, but that sharp wit and visual flair and, like, bombastic, I guess, behavior and set pieces, like something about that really did align with the filmmaker that I already knew and loves. And like, you're not the first person I've heard say that. I've heard a lot of people say one of the biggest bummers about The Running Man is it doesn't feel like an Edgar Wright movie, where like, even when I watched it again with that in mind, I'm like, but it kind of does feel like an Edgar Wright movie to me.
Well, I mean, like, going off of that, it's like, yes, why was I excited for The Running Man to begin with? Partially because of Baby Driver. If you want to talk about a movie that is forward momentum and is doing the things you are saying,
they're so
The Running Man
different,
does.
though.
No, I know they're so different, but like, that's the Edgar Wright I wanted to see here. I know Edgar Wright can do forward momentum. I know he can do fast-paced editing, all that stuff, because he's done that specifically with Baby Driver in a way that would have benefited The Running Man. And I 100%, like, unfortunately disagree with you. I don't think the wit's there at all. I do not get the wit in this film. I think it is like him, where it is on the nose for the right reasons. And like, I do think the messages that are being talked about like the whole media brainwashing thing, the whole like capital, like everything being talked about is correct, is good. I like the ideas that are coming across here, but I don't get the wit though. I don't get the like Cornetto trilogy kind of like snappiness, jazziness. This felt flat to me in ways that I haven't felt with Edgar Wright yet. And that includes Last Night in Soho, which I also did not like, and I think has I think that has a third act problem as well. And it's important to point out that like these are two movies he didn't have Simon Pegg or Nick Frost on. And I you know, it's this thing that is, as he gets farther away from those movies, that I do adore. And I love Scott Pilgrim too, so I know he can do stuff on his own, but still, for me, it's kind of, I can't say a lot of it right now because there are specific things about the third act that I think really are like the kind of the killer there. But even like leading up to it, like it's fun for a while, but it brought me back to like the remakes of RoboCop and Total Recall.
Oh, I thought they were far superior. I thought it was far superior.
Yeah, so like that, it brought me back to like those two, and it kind of being one of those like shallower remakes of, you know, it's an adaptation. I know, like readaptation, whatever you want to call it, like remake, readaptation, all those words. But
readaptation.
Yeah, like literally, like, because like I know like it's supposed to do its own thing. But no, there's a lot in here that did not feel like Edgar Wright, but I also do think it struggles just in technical merits here and there. I don't think it has that pull together nature that he usually has, or the ease with which he can transition from one thing to the other. And, you know, the idea like you're talking about, like, yeah, frantic movies are great. Like Run Lola Run. There's plenty of examples out there of like frantic movies that work really well and that I adore. And, you know, it's not that I wasn't ready for it. It was he's just going at a slower pace than I'm used to here. And I just don't think he's seeing everything through the way that it should. And it's just unfulfilling in some parts. Katie O'Brien.
Oh,
I think
I'm not going to get into that until we could talk spoilers, but
legitimately, like that, Katie O'Brien to me is a huge example of like missed opportunity and something that just feels underserved.
I fall on both sides of that divide. It's also really interesting talking about that character when, you know, for anyone who hasn't seen the 87 movie, like that movie is nothing like the book. And it really does focus on, you know, the three of them trying to survive the situation. Right. This is a much more close to the book adaptation. So like, again, going in knowing that, I expected her role to kind of be what it was.
No, and again, I think it's how everything works together though. And it's not about it's not about not knowing the book, or it's not about, like, for me, like when I'm watching a movie, it's just the movie itself. That is what I'm looking at. It doesn't matter like what exists
but
somewhere
still
else.
someone who is familiar with the source material is like automatically gonna be mentally prepared for certain stuff. And
That's
like
fair.
sometimes that could work
Negative
work
or
in
positive.
the non-book reader's
Yeah.
favor, where because you aren't tethered to how something was in print, it's going to wind up playing better for you. So you really never know what's going to happen in that respect. But in my particular case, and the more I think through it, I think being so incredibly prepared for what I was in for, like I just like I knew what was coming, and I was really excited to see a more faithful version of this story told on screen.
Yeah, it's fair. It just is that thing. Like, just the more I think about it, and the more I keep running back like scenes in my head, it just, if you didn't tell me that was Edgar Wright in the credits, and I saw that movie and I just walked out, I'd be like, cool. That's not an Edgar Wright movie. I'm like, I would not put money on it that it is. But it's just, it was disappointing. I think that's really where I come down on it. Like, it's not a hate. It's not a like never watch again kind of thing. Like, if it's on TV, I might have it in the background, but like it's a solid negative though for me. Like, it just,
Negative.
Yeah, no. It didn't work for me.
I'm not gonna go like, run away with like the highest praise in the world, but I quite enjoyed the ride, and I'm kind of, I've already gone on it twice, and I'm eager to. I don't think well.
Well, and like that's the part that's kind of gonna suck about it, because it's gonna be Glen Powell's fault, like no matter what. Like it's gonna be attributed to him.
As I said, all these thoughts flooded in my mind.
No, this is him. This is his like blockbuster leading kind of thing in theaters, and if this doesn't go well, it's gonna be, can Glen Powell lead a blockbuster of this nature? Like, that's gonna be the conversation. And I do not. Again, I will repeat. I do not think it is Glen Powell's fault. I think he does well with the material he's given.
Bless you for thinking that pundits will say that about a man.
Fair. Fair and valid, honestly. Like, not going to fight that part of it. You're right. I don't know.
Wait, what? No one's going to see the movie because of
Glen Powell? No one's going to say it's his fault because he's a man and he'll get every opportunity in the world.
I was only hearing half of what was being said as I was looking for the box office information. The Running Man and Now You See Me, Now You Don't are heading toward a box office face-off, as both movies are predicted to open with 20 million to 25 million this weekend. This is on Variety as of 7:33 a.m. this morning Pacific. Predator Badlands, which is estimated to make 18 million to 20 million. Nice. That marks a typical 50% decline from last weekend. The Running Man has a budget of 110 million, so it'll need to stick around through Thanksgiving to run a profit. That's a tall order for that movie. And then Now You See Me, Now You Don't has a budget apparently of roughly 90 million, which is also quite high. And the problem with those movies having legs is the fact that Wicked's going to come out next week, and it just, really probably obliterate everything, in addition to Zootopia. Isn't Zootopia coming out too?
I believe so. Yeah,
so
I believe the same thing.
I don't have all that much faith that either movie will have the legs it needs.
Now You See Me at 90 million.
Full disclosure, I didn't look at the international box office, so for all I know, one of them is crushing it elsewhere.
Well, I was gonna say, like, is there a crazy domestic launch for another Now You See Me? I like both movies. Don't get me wrong. I'm pro on both, but like when they announced the third, I'm like, who's like clamoring for this?
I was a little surprised. I keep hearing good reactions to that too. I am curious to see it. All right, you want to jump to non-spoiler for Keeper?
Yeah.
Or was there any topics you saw pop up that you wanted to hit?
I didn't really see anything, and I need spoiler if we're gonna get into stuff on Running Man.
On Running Man, yeah, we will. We'll do spoilers at the end.
100%. Yeah.
But for now, we got another non-spoiler review for you. Keeper. So for this one, I think I will read a synopsis.
Oh, just to see how far we go.
I'm a little nervous to talk about this one, to be honest, because Keeper's I'm afraid to spoil anything, and most of the movie feels very spoilery to me. This is the IMDb synopsis: a romantic anniversary trip to a secluded cabin turns sinister when a dark presence reveals itself, forcing a couple to confront the property's haunting past. Ish.
Yeah. Okay.
Ish,
I can work with
ish.
that. I can work with that for no non-spoilery.
Yeah.
I'll start again.
Okay.
Disappointing. Again, Keeper's disappointing. My relationship with Oz Perkins cinematically is I did not like any of his movies until Longlegs, and The Monkey became my favorite very quickly. And we're right back to the Oz Perkins that frustrates me as a filmmaker. And I had like flashbacks to I'm the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House, which to me is my least favorite of his. It is. He's good at setting up dread. He is good at building the atmosphere. He is good at getting you into the mood, but he is so bad at paying it off. That is just my Oz Perkins take. That is what it's been forever. And I love what Tatiana is doing in the film. Also Sutherland. I think both actors in this are actually. Once again,
Russell Sutherland's great in this too.
I will not blame it on either of them. And again, Tatiana especially, I think she's doing a great job as this person out there trying to date and trying to be accepting of certain things. And Sutherland's doing the nice guy thing so well. And from step one something is wrong. The movie does not hide that, but once again, Oz Perkins is so good at setting things up. And to me, this feels like a script that is stuck between Fresh and Men. And I don't think it ever figures either of those parts out. And especially when we get into the third act, it unravels. I won't say why. I won't say how.
Yeah.
But the third act is maybe one of the most frustrating third acts he's ever done because there's such good haunted imagery, but it means nothing. And it doesn't mean nothing, but it makes you question the entire movie to that point.
Yeah.
And instead of going forward, all you're doing is stuck now trying to figure out what the fuck you saw beforehand and how it fits in with everything else. Yeah, I think that's as much as I can say.
Yeah. Okay, I'll start with the good, and the number one good in this movie is Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah, 100%.
Andrew, fear not. I truly think I could wholeheartedly say this.
I'll climb through the screen.
she's never done any wrong.
No, I love her.
Eyes.
Yeah, she's great.
She always gives everything, every ounce of herself, and really seems to understand the material she's working with. And it's not
Darina. Get out of here.
And she just she just really gets it. And she also has that naturally captivating screen presence, which a role in a story like this really demands, where you are just always drawn to her. And also she's able to express so much sometimes with so little. And it's so important that the viewer is leaning in, just trying to gauge how she's reacting to everything every single step of the way. Otherwise, this movie doesn't work at all.
Without her,
But that being said, I actually keep comparing it when people ask me what I thought about Keeper to Vicious, because like Vicious, Keeper worked for me. 80% of the time, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I need to know. Tell me everything. That's so interesting. There's so much atmosphere. I love this house. Whatever is happening to her, I'm fascinated by it. And then ultimately you get the answer in the end. And I don't think the answer was meaningless, but it wasn't.
No, meaningless is a little too far. Yeah.
I also don't want to say it wasn't really full either, because I think there is a lot to mine there, but I think too much of it is left to viewer interpretation. And I don't want to be spoon-fed information. I like movies that make me think, but there's also, you got to toe that line in a particular way so that ultimately it is a satisfying experience. When we walked out of our screening, I looked at you and I must have asked 500 questions. Why does this exist? What does this mean? So does this connect to this way? I'm obviously talking around all the specifics, but
can't reveal things.
There were a lot of things that we couldn't answer in a concrete manner. And it's exciting trying to figure stuff out. But when you actually can't connect the dots with any clarity at all, or any confidence that you're right, I can find that frustrating. So I did find the end frustrating.
Yeah, it's one of those let's remain ambiguous and let the horrors be the thing that you do have to keep thinking about, and be the thing that interpretation is one thing, but it's also just I don't want to give you answers because that's what's scary. The unknown is scary, blah, 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 blah. And like that is, it works so infrequently for me. And it becomes more complicated though, because we can't do spoilers, so I'm not going to say certain things. But like, it is absolutely leaning into folkloric. It is leaning into witchiness.
It's a fairy tale.
Yeah, it's a fairy tale kind of thing. And without going any further, just the way that it kind of trails off in the end, it feels like a movie that is built for the last shot. If in all honesty, it feels like one of those movies that's like the last shot is everything he wanted to get to, and everything up until that point was just kind of like, what if we just throw this at the wall and throw that at the wall? And there was some really good, like one of the other
what he was throwing at the wall was so cool.
I was just gonna say, like, one of the comps I made in my review is literally like Flanagan and Hill House, the way that like Flanagan uses ghastly ghouls in the background, and the way that I enjoyed that. Like, so I think that comes through, and like again, that's Oz kind of hitting a different gear that we haven't really seen that much. So there's some stuff in here that's terrifying. Again, there's some visuals in here that are like great. They are great horror visuals, but when you don't have the story that's moving forward in a way that like carries you with it and it kind of leaves you behind, that's what frustrates me. The
story moves forward for so much of the movie. And then when it gets to its ending, it's like, do what you will with this. Yeah. So again, that frustrated me. And I think that's what got me the most. And, you know, I think, you know, someone just, I just saw it. What the fuck? Do you have any theory of why horror third acts fall so flat lately? I don't think it's a lately thing. I think we just happen to have two examples right now. Well, I mean, like I have been struggling with the slow burn aesthetic since I don't even know how long, since A24 started really promoting horror hard and became one of like the forefront studios in it, because a lot of those movies are, the one example I use forever, and I know everyone loves it, is Saint Maud. Where it's a movie that's like, again, I know I'm the outlier here, but it's a movie that's all build up for a 3-second final shot, and that's it. And it's like that kind of storytelling doesn't work for me. That's inevitable with the slow burn format. That is what a slow burn is. It's a slow burn to get to the big reveal, and that just puts so much weight on the big reveal. And I think that also makes it so a big reveal has like no room to play. It either like is not good enough, or you knock it out of the park, and there's like no middle ground. It's but again, I think that's what really started a lot of horror. Like that's what kicked off a trend in horror, and that's what kicked off. You have the slow burn, you have the quote unquote trauma horror, you have all these things that are slowing down the pace and wanting it to be so dependent on the payoff. But so few films, like it's the one thing that like the one movie does it tremendously, and everyone chases it after that, and no one else can do it as good as that. Like it's just inevitable, and it's what happens with trends. So why is that happening still? I think there's still holdover on that. I think there's still holdover on that entire. We're gonna build to it, and like you better hope you like the payoff, because if you don't, the entire movie's out the door. Like it's not one of my favorites. I think I know what face you're talking about. I already know that. Yeah. I'm fascinated by that face. Yeah. Well, again, like the witch, however you pronounce it, is like one of the the witch. Just because people are formatting it like that, it's still the witch. Could be the witch. Who knows? No, then it would be the witch. The fact that they got you to do that is fantastic. Oh, that's perfect. Interesting. No. Yeah, I think I would. I know you're asking about tone, but I think because the subject matter is so drastically different, I'm having a tough time making a tonal connection either. I do think Bring Her Back is more devastatingly dark, I think I would say. They're both dark films. They both go different places. But I do think Bring Her Back has... I'm not going to tell you this now, but remind me to tell you an interpretation of this movie that I heard from someone who worked on it. And that version is devastatingly dark to me. And I'll share that next week when we're able to spoil this movie. Pronounce that one. Viva. No. Vendetta. No, you do it. I'm not doing it. I already did the first one. I'm going to say that all night now. Oh, that's fantastic. As we drink our Vichy margaritas. Are they margaritas or are they martini? What were they again? Margaritas. But I'm going to make them make mine a martini. Okay.
yeah,
okay.
with
Where
vodka.
our evening activity is going to try the Chili's
Chili's,
wicked drinks.
Why not?
Because Matt's never been to Chili's.
Never been to a Chili's.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't. That was not one of
we
the local
did.
chains.
We did briefly discuss that last weekend, didn't we?
We did not have that local
Wild.
chain.
Wild.
We were Applebee's. We were.
I had an Applebee's.
By the Honey Chipotle.
Applebee's and
Yeah,
Fridays. I went to Chili's, a good deal. There was always a Chili's by one of the movie theaters that we would go to. So we would go to the theater and then we would walk across the parking lot.
We had
Chili's.
Cheesecake Factory right next to our theater, so that was
Cheesecake Factory
after every time. Yeah, no, Chili's was not a in the lexicon of.
Tonight it's gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
big night. Big night.
I'm into it.
First Chili's meal and
We're friendly.
whatever these drinks are. You know it's gonna be like a stupidly expensive drink. I'm gonna spend all this money on it. I'm gonna have one sip and be like,
You're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it
and then I'm gonna
immediately.
get a beer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We all know that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it either. I'm prepared for it. It's like the Running Man. I'm prepared for what I'm in for, so I like it more than most. Actually, it's the opposite. That's not going to happen.
Yeah,
here.
no, that's not going to happen.
I just won't be upset about spending all that money on something I don't like. Anything else you want to touch on before we veer?
No, those are the big topics. I think those
spoilers?
That's
we'll give you all 2 minutes to drop in any chats for any news that you want us to discuss. It's all V things.
Yeah.
V things.
Yeah.
You guys. Oh, yeah, it's all.
Darina's talking shit.
Whoop, where's Darina?
She's talking shit.
She's talking shit about Badlands still.
Yeah, she's in here talking fucking Badlands shit.
All right.
Calm down.
I love
now what else
that
did she...
movie. It's boring.
I forget what it is. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
What?
Just people agreeing with me. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
You want to pat yourself on the back? Just people agreeing with me.
Yeah. I need validation constantly.
Just people agreeing with
Yeah.
me.
What do you mean?
All right.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. Let me change it. Actually, while I change it, this is exciting. I saw Isabel Furman post a video from the set.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
she
I
just
like
seems
the
to be
last one.
having like the time of her life doing
Yeah,
that.
that was one of those sequels I didn't expect to be as good as it was, and I was very happy with it.
While I'm doing this, why don't you plug stuff?
Sure, at Donatobomb, DONATOBOMB. That is where I'm always at, and that's Blue Sky, Letterboxd, and Instagram mostly. You can also follow my podcast, Certified Forgotten, and Apple, Spotify, where they all are. And then you can listen to us talk about horror movies with 10 or less critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, because that's what we do. We like to talk about little movies that no one else is talking about, because someone has to, and we'll take that hit.
Kind of like First Kill too. Did you like that? The second Orphan movie?
Yeah, I was just saying that. Like literally, I like that sequel is
Sorry, I
legitimately
couldn't
like
type and listen to you at the same time.
No, I think First Kill is better than Orphan. Honestly, I had a lot of fun with it.
Huh. I like them both quite a bit. I'm
like,
excited to
like
see another one.
Yeah.
You can go watch what I plug every single week. You can go to the. Well, I almost like repeated what you said. If you like, find me on Twitter and Instagram at Peanut Merle. Tomorrow morning-ish, we're gonna release the Katie O'Brien Ladies Night, and I just think she's the coolest. I think she's insanely talented. Some really good insight into what happens to her character in that movie, but also her experience being in Marvel and Star Wars and Twisters and having all this good stuff come her way. We talk a little bit about Queens of the Dead, which I really like. We talk about Christy. I thought her performance in that was just like top tier. She's doing exactly what she needs to in that movie. So check that one out tomorrow. And then for all of the Has Been Hotel fans out there, when they release the finale next week, there's only one place you're going to want to go. You're going to want to go straight to the Collider Ladies Night YouTube channel, because I sat down with Vivian Madrano again, and oh my, so much good insight.
Hell yeah.
If you like the show, you're really going to enjoy that conversation. So
I can't wait to finish it.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. You know what? One thing I'm going to miss when it's over. So I bought the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And I bought it like in full.
Yeah.
So every day when I check my phone, or like every week, whatever,
Yeah.
it's like a couple new songs from you. Like I feel like it's like an advent
The little-
calendar,
yeah,
like where you have
the
like a new
bursts. I
thing
do
to
like
get
that.
every day. So I'm
That's
gonna be a
fair.
little sad when all the
I
songs
get
are
that.
out and I have no
I
new
get
song.
that. Yeah.
But I like all the songs. So now, for anybody who has not seen The Running Man, this is when we say goodbye, because we're going to talk spoilers. Did you want to jump in first?
I mean, you can start, because I think.
I mean, I don't have any like burning.
Okay, hold on one sec. I'm making sure I don't get it wrong.
What are you looking up? I can help.
Yeah, just
Maybe
character names and whatnot,
Oh.
because I've forgotten the names because they don't matter.
Yes, they do. I know the names. What actor? Now you're going to say
it is Amelia. Okay, her name is Amelia. Sorry. Sorry. That whole Amelia thing is bad. It is doing.
bad.
It is saying something good. It is trying to have a full-fledged arc in 3 scenes, and either you had to give that arc more time, or you had to just not make it try to mean as much. I think this is where I struggle with Edgar Wright's delivery the most, because where we have the humor that is happening in earlier parts with like the rebellion, Michael Cera's character, there is such good humor baked into some really impactful.
I loved what Michael Cera
scenes.
was doing with that role.
And like I again, high point. I think Cera is a high point in the film, but in trying to then flip from that humor to something entirely more serious, like I don't think he ever finds out how to balance making us laugh with trying to hit us with these like super important messages and like the sentimentality and emotionality of those moments. Like I feel like they were always at odds, so I struggle with her the most.
Yes, I mean that kind of leap made sense for me because those characters are on such like polar opposite sides of this divide. Like when you jump from a character like him to her situation, like that shift is inevitable. I also thought those shifts kind of served the story overall well, because it's just like, you know, he's on this journey and you think you're taking a step forward every single step of the way, and just when he finds like people who are technically part of the resistance and they get what's good and what's bad, maybe they don't know how to go about fixing it, but at least they can somewhat tell the difference between right and wrong in their own way. And then all of a sudden you get to someone who's like, who completely, that stuff just doesn't register. Like, I feel like that's kind of the point of the flow of the narrative. Like you think you're making progress, but then there's the realization that there's still so many people out there who have had their minds warped by the network.
Correct. And that's good. I like that. The problem is when she had her epiphany in the text of a conversation, I didn't know whether to laugh or take it seriously, because I wasn't sure at that point how Edgar Wright wanted it to be. Like that's... Like,
do you remember the specific beat that bothered you?
Yeah, like when she has the whole the line of like, I'm doing this for myself to prove that I'm that whole epiphany, like it happens so quick. It goes from I am on one side to the other side. I understand it does happen quick. I understand that's reality, but in the nature of storytelling, it did not serve the story being told, I thought, in that way. But like it goes beyond that, because I think the entire third act, to me, 2 things happened, I think. Number one, intense studio interference. I do not believe that was how it wanted to be.
Which part of it?
Anything from getting to the airplane, literally from driving to the airplane and over, because like,
I mean, they do change things from book to screen.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there is either a director's cut somewhere where all of that makes more sense, and there is another 20 minutes in there because it seems entirely unsubstantial for what it's trying to do. Hinging this all on Ben's character believing a video after he is seen over and over again, and made his entire sticking point be that all of this is fake, and then he sees one video and freaks out and that changes his trajectory.
That I understand.
Absolutely not.
More than anything,
forgotten the storytelling you've been doing for 2 hours at that point.
Yeah, and
then you have that be such a monumental moment. I understand emotions take over and stuff like that.
Well, yeah,
but
that's kind of how I read that beat.
Like, you have to do better setting that up, though. That's
not going to totally go against you on that, because there's parts in that sequence where it's like, at a point you're like, well, if they can fake this and this, why believe anything at all? But I think when you have a character whose entire motivation has been these two people, and just when he thinks he's getting close-ish to the finish line, all of a sudden they're like, well, they're dead. I can see him snapping, especially when when Glen Powell has been playing him as a ticking time bomb literally the entire film.
Yes, but again, though, that betrays all the storytelling they've told us to this point. They've made it so obvious that we should not believe anything they show us, and why we believe this, and why this, that, why that, and like, then why would your main character do it if you've hit us over the head with that?
You
over
can't
and over
trust
again?
anything.
Because he's an emotional man.
But it goes against all the storytelling you've done.
I don't think it goes against the storytelling, because I think they've literally established that as their reality for everyone. Like, no one can trust anything. That's why this game is so fucked up. This game literally like pits neighbor against neighbor. It doesn't let you trust anything about your own existence. It lets you be manipulated at the drop of the hat any single time you want. Like, I feel like it only makes sense that sometimes he'll see through it and sometimes he'll still be susceptible to it.
But he was the guy that saw through it for so long. I like that. That's the part that they did so much to be like, he's the one that figured it out. He's the one that knows. Sorry, he is not the only one. You also have his
not entirely
the guy who saves him, who I want to where's that character? He's the vlogger who's like, yeah. Like, I like that character too. I like the idea that there is like this behind the scenes vlogger guy who is trying to take down the running man, and he's like exposing secrets. But anyway, okay, I get even past that one part of it, because then it goes right back to like, everything happens so quick after that too. There's the Lee Pace stuff right after that, where it's just like, it's such a strange fight to me, because Lee Pace knows that he's being manipulated.
I liked what they did with his character.
And they fight anyway, and like they could have. It just gets so messy after that point for me. The timing on like the plane going down, and then him immediately like, you know, being in mask and seeing his family alive, and then going to kill Dan, like, and it ending the way it did, it just seems like a speed run. It just seems like they ran out of like, either they ran out of time, which I think I believe there was more to this movie that makes all that make more sense. But like,
there was also a very short timeline to complete the film.
Yeah, but like, you still have to work within the confines that you're given to make like a movie that actually functions. And I know it worked better for other people. I understand that, but like,
I still think it functions.
To me, this is a third act that kind of just tries to get to the end as quickly as possible, and it just starts throwing its own rules out the window and its own like kind of build up to that point, just to get you the final action beats, just to get you the final payoff, and just to kind of like, we did it, yay, bye. And like, we made all the messages, we did it.
I'm not going to say the movie's not messy in some moments. I think it definitely is, but I also think I think it's got an energy that I got sucked into. I was really, really caught up in the ferocity of Glen Powell's performance, and also like quite energized by the ties to our reality, and
the reality ties are there,
and seeing
100%.
them
I like that.
dished out like in your face so bluntly. I thought that was a very effective way to go about it. I mean, it's, you know, it's part of the reason why I like the book so much, and like the book is just wild to me now too, because like it's fucking 2025.
Yeah, and it's still being relevant.
2025. Well, the book takes place in 2025.
Oh, taking place.
It's
in
just
yeah.
Like, I do think I don't know how many people are making the connection, so I'm not going to say that was a genius box office decision, but
yeah, like
I have to imagine any book reader is going to appreciate the fact that it is coming out in the same year it takes place.
It's the long walk effect of it too. Like that was written so long ago about the Vietnam War, and all that stuff works. Well, like it works so well today. Just sub the Vietnam War for other modern stuff, and like we're right back in it.
The fact that it still works today is so sad.
Yeah,
so sad.
Go ahead. Got a Wiley.
I agree with Matt, but I still thought it was okay. Wright is my favorite director, and this movie did not feel like a Wright movie. Liked Soho more.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know which I like better, Soho and Running Man. That's a good question.
They're so different.
I gave them both like a 2.5, so like they were the negative for me. But like, if I was gonna rewatch one, I think I would rewatch Soho. I think I'm the same way.
I'd probably go 3.5 on this one.
Yeah, valid.
Yeah. I really liked I just really liked the style of Soho. Like that was another one that I thought like the atmosphere was so incredibly strong, and I love the fact that like the second the movie started, it feels like you're being enveloped in it.
that had a way to me, like if we're Soho versus Running Man, I think Soho had a way more individual tone.
What's
I
your
think that
favorite
was,
Edgar Wright movie?
you know what? I think it's Scott Pilgrim.
Is it?
I think it is.
Mine might be Scott Pilgrim too, but no, mine might be. I think Scott. Every time I'm about to say something, I'm like, but maybe it's not. It's about to say Scott.
Shaun of the Dead's right there. But
Scott Pilgrim might be one of the most rewatchable for me, but I also do. I love Shaun of the Dead. I love the entire Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah, Cornetto. I don't think the Cornetto trilogy misses. I love Scott Pilgrim. To me is a perfect movie.
I also really
I like Baby
Driver.
I was gonna say I like Baby Driver, and then it goes downhill. Then it's just then we got Soho, and then we got
Brothers.
Oh, I didn't see his doc. Yeah, Sparks is there. And like I love Spaced. I've seen Spaced multiple times over. So it's like I'm wheelhouse for Edgar Wright. Like that this was made for me. Like this was one of those movies, like, yeah, cool, we're doing a readaptation of a 80s action flick, or was it 89? Maybe 1990? I forget which one.
What?
Running Man 80s? The first
which one? 87.
87. That is, yeah. So like we're readapting and remaking an 80s action
film.
It's
not.
Like, it's in my.
I
wheelhouse.
also just want to clarify because a lot of people do seem confused about this.
Yeah.
This is not a remake of the 87 film. It is a new adaptation of Stephen King's source material.
Yeah, 100%. And again, that's very important.
And it's like, so incredibly different. It's so different.
Which is good because I like when we have multiple adaptations of a single source that like are so different. Like, that's cool. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see different takes. I want to see that stuff. But yeah, bummed that this wasn't the movie I wanted it to be because I was really hyped for this one. Like really, Edgar Wright, you've always got me there.
I appreciate
Arnold. Yeah, having that be the cameo was really good.
I like that.
It's not in your face, but it is at the same time. It's perfect. Is that exactly how you do it?
Yeah, I dug it. Clearly, I did.
Yeah.
I dug the movie more than you did.
You did, yeah. Which is what the world is about. Which is what we're all about.
It's no big deal. We don't have to be mean to each other. So we can still be friends and have different opinions on movies. It's that easy, right? What? To try not to be mean, but like a little pointed with the subject matter.
Just a little.
People are fucking mean to each other.
I know. I agree.
Especially always, but especially this week. And I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like
it one bit.
Like a single movie I saw this week, but I'm not yucking any yums.
Well,
I'll yuck any yum that is involved with Playdate.
Well, but like if someone did like the movie, you wouldn't fucking attack them to the point of trying to make them not like something that they like.
No, I would just never trust them again. If anyone gives Playdate a positive review,
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say because I haven't seen the movie. But
that's you go to the gulag.
Yeah, the amount of people who are posting that they either like or don't like a movie and then are actually being crucified for it. I just think
we don't have to do that. We can have nice conversations around that and learn why people like and don't like a thing and see a movie in a new light. It's great. That's my favorite part about criticism. It's a conversation starter. It's not meant to be a be all end all.
Yes.
I mean, I want you to know how I feel about a movie, and sometimes I'm pointed about it because that's what good criticism is. But like, ultimately, I still want to have a conversation. If you hate something that I love, or vice versa, like, yeah, cool. How'd you get there? How did you take this? Maybe I didn't see it that way.
All right, we're gonna go drink wicked drinks. You all have a wonderful weekend, and we will be back next weekend with another Merri Hour.
We will.
That might not be on Friday night,
but it
might be on another night.
Definitely won't be Friday. It will be.
I don't know. We'll see. Have a lovely weekend, everybody.